You feel it, don't you? That persistent, gnawing sensation deep within your core, a whisper that hints you're merely existing in a world not truly designed for your unique spirit. It's as if everyone else was handed a comprehensive manual for life, perfectly detailing every social cue, every unspoken rule, while yours mysteriously vanished in the mail. You've observed conversations unfold around you, not as genuine exchanges, but as meticulously rehearsed performances. Each laugh a desperate plea, every flicker of confidence a mask for fear, and profound loneliness thinly veiled by the illusion of social success. Perhaps the most agonizing realization is that you've started to internalize this feeling, to truly believe there's something fundamentally broken or wrong with you. But what if I told you there isn't? What if I revealed that a visionary like Machiavelli, the legendary political philosopher, identified something profoundly rare within people like you, a quality so scarce that most individuals will navigate their entire lives without ever encountering someone who possesses it? This isn't a flaw, it's an extraordinary form of consciousness, so potent it subtly challenges the very bedrock of how others perceive and experience reality. You're on the precipice of a revelation that will transform your understanding of yourself, uncovering why your perceived difference is not a defect, but a distinct and powerful frequency. Once you grasp the true nature of what you're experiencing, everything, your inexplicable exhaustion, your periods of profound isolation, your utter inability to tolerate the shallow dance of superficiality, will finally, unequivocally, make sense. But before we delve into the first profound sign, I must impress upon you a crucial truth. What you are about to hear has the potential to shake you to your very core. Because once these patterns are illuminated, once you truly see them, you cannot unsee them. Once you comprehend the extraordinary rarity of your own being, there is no going back to the pretense of being ordinary. Are you genuinely ready for such an unvarnished truth? Machiavelli himself termed this unique trait dangerous perception, and if you possess it, you already instinctively understand why. You don't merely observe people, you possess an uncanny ability to see right through them beyond the carefully constructed facades. Their spoken words might articulate one narrative, yet their micro-expressions, their subtle shifts in energy, scream an entirely different story. They might paint a picture of resounding success, but you discern the underlying currents of desperation emanating from their very being. You pick up on what they aren't saying with far greater clarity than what they are. This acute sensitivity, this piercing insight, is the first undeniable sign. You process reality at a depth that, frankly, would overwhelm and potentially break most people. Consider your last interaction. While someone enthusiastically recounted their recent promotion, your perception pierced through the narrative, revealing the soul-crushing compromises and sacrifices they likely made to attain it. As they proudly boasted about their seemingly perfect relationship, you could distinctly feel the profound loneliness in which they were silently drowning. This isn't an ability you sought or desired. It's an inherent part of your being, and you cannot simply switch it off. And tragically, it often feels as though it's slowly eroding your spirit. Because here's the profound insight Machiavelli arrived at. When you perceive this much, with such crystalline clarity, you inadvertently become a walking mirror. And mirrors, by their very nature, terrify those who have dedicated their lives to meticulously avoiding their own reflection, that palpable tension that often permeates a room when you're present. It's not your imagination, it's their unconscious mind instinctively recognizing that you see their shadow, those hidden, often dark aspects of themselves they've buried so deeply they've convinced themselves they no longer exist. Your mere presence silently poses a question they are profoundly unready to answer. Why are you still pretending? And rather than confronting that uncomfortable truth, they choose to make you the problem. You're labeled too intense, accused of overthinking everything, or patronizingly asked, "Can't you just be normal?" But you cannot be normal. For normal in this context means accepting the superficial as reality, participating willingly in a collective delusion and ultimately betraying the very gift that defines your essence. This profound, often dangerous perception of yours is, in fact, revealing an even deeper truth about your intrinsic nature, a truth that precisely explains why fleeting, superficial connections feel like a slow, agonizing starvation to your very soul. And this leads us directly to the second sign, which for many might prove to be the most agonizing of all. You are utterly allergic to superficiality. Small talk for you isn't just awkward. It feels like a form of psychological torture, a draining ritual devoid of genuine meaning. Casual friendships, built on surface-level pleasantries, often leave you feeling far more profoundly alone than true solitude ever could. You possess an innate, unyielding need for conversations that bypass the trivialities of the weather and dive fearlessly straight into the depths of the soul. You crave connections where masks are not just optional, but utterly impossible to maintain. Machiavelli clearly observed this inherent tension, noting that rare personality types live in constant existential tension. You find yourself unable to fully immerse in the collective unconsciousness of society, yet you are equally unable to fully escape its pervasive influence. It's as if you're perpetually trapped between worlds, too profoundly awake to simply sleepwalk through life, yet too deeply human to entirely transcend its demands. However, there's a rarely discussed shadow side to this depth you carry. It is precisely what isolates you. For while your soul yearns for profound, authentic connection, the vast majority of people are perfectly content with emotional fast food. They seek comfort over truth, validation over genuine growth, and above all, they desire to remain safely unconscious. And when you, with your deep perception, cannot or will not provide them with that comfortable delusion, they instinctively perceive you as a threat. Reflect for a moment on how many relationships you may have unwittingly lost, not because you committed a tangible wrong, but because you simply could no longer pretend. You couldn't force a laugh at empty jokes, couldn't engage in trivial gossip, couldn't discuss the mundane weather when your very soul was screaming to engage in the profound inquiry of why we are even here. This isn't pretentiousness on your part. It is an act of pure survival. For someone endowed with your unique type of consciousness, superficial interaction doesn't just bore you. It quite literally drains your vital life force, leaving you depleted and empty. You've likely noticed another peculiar phenomenon as well, something that consistently occurs when you are in the presence of others, a sensation you struggle to adequately explain. It's an overwhelming exhaustion that transcends mere social fatigue, a profound feeling as though you are carrying immense, unseen weights that simply aren't yours. This is because, profoundly, you are. And this third sign is where Machiavelli's groundbreaking insights verge into territory that feels almost supernatural. As we now delve into a darker, more mysterious aspect of your nature, you absorb everything. This isn't limited to thoughts or casual observations. It encompasses everything. Other people's unspoken rage, their deeply repressed grief, their denied desires, their unacknowledged traumas. You become a receptacle for it all. You are not merely an observer, you are an unconscious emotional alchemist, subtly transmuting the psychological debris of everyone you encounter. Machiavelli alluded to this phenomenon as participation mystique, where individual boundaries seemingly dissolve, allowing you to merge with the collective unconscious. For most individuals, such an experience is a rare and fleeting occurrence. For you, it is a constant, almost inescapable state. That sudden wave of depression that sweeps over you from nowhere, it's often not yours. That gripping anxiety tightening your chest. You may have unconsciously absorbed it from the colleague who sat beside you on the train. That inexplicable surge of rage? It could be the accumulated, unexpressed fury of every single person you encountered throughout your day. This profound absorption is precisely why you require such extensive periods of solitude and alone time. It's not because you are inherently antisocial, but because you desperately need to sort through the intricate tapestry of emotions and energies, distinguishing what is truly yours from what is not. You require silence to once again hear the delicate whisper of your own thoughts, and solitude to reclaim and remember who you truly are beneath the incessant psychic noise. But here lies a brutal and often overlooked truth. This very absorption can, paradoxically, become addictive. Because when you are drowning in the turbulent sea of others' emotions, you are conveniently absolved from the daunting task of confronting your own emptiness. When you are perpetually engrossed in solving everyone else's problems, you deftly avoid facing your own. When you consistently assume the role of the counselor, the healer, the one to whom everyone instinctively turns, you are allowed to bypass your own crucial inner work, until one day you awaken with a jarring realization. You intimately know the souls of everyone else, yet your own remains a complete stranger. And it is at this precise juncture that the real battle truly begins, not with the external world, but within the deepest chambers of your own being. For possessing this rare personality type means navigating life with an inherent split that, at times, threatens to tear you apart daily. If these signs are resonating deeply with you, if you are recognizing fragments of your own untold story within these observations, then I urge you to make sure you subscribe to this channel right now, because what we are beginning to uncover here is merely the tip of a vast and profound iceberg. Click that subscribe button without hesitation, for we are going to need each other immensely for what revelations come next. The fourth sign cuts perhaps the deepest of all. You are engaged in a relentless, invisible war between the person you inherently are and the person the world constantly demands you to be. Machiavelli keenly understood that individuals like you live with a fundamental internal split. Your authentic self, in its raw, unfiltered intensity, is simply too potent for everyday consumption. So you inevitably fragment yourself into carefully calibrated performances. There's the professional you, the social you, the family you, all meticulously crafted presentations, all utterly exhausting, and none of them truly reflective of your genuine essence. Every mask you don, every carefully constructed persona, represents a small, insidious betrayal of your true self. Every time you consciously dial down your inherent intensity, you are subtly abandoning your authentic nature. Every fleeting moment you pretend to be normal, you are, in essence, feeding the insidious lie that who you really are is fundamentally unacceptable. This profound internal split manifests in an array of symptoms that conventional medical professionals often cannot explain. You might experience chronic fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to alleviate, your very soul exhausted from the ceaseless performance. You might be plagued by anxiety that appears from nowhere, a desperate cry from your authentic self screaming for release. Depression might descend upon you like a thick, impenetrable fog, the profound grief of living as a perpetual stranger to your own being. You are not mentally ill, you are spiritually suffocating. For Machiavelli understood a crucial truth. The very qualities you diligently hide, your intensity, your profound depth, your extraordinarily rare way of perceiving the world, are precisely what the world desperately yearns for and fundamentally needs. Every significant breakthrough in human consciousness, every paradigm shift, every revolutionary idea originated from someone who possessed the innate inability to perceive things in the normal way. Every profound revolution began in the mind of someone too sensitive, too deeply aware, to simply accept the existing status quo. That, my friend, is you. That is your inherent role. But you cannot possibly fulfill this grand purpose while your essence is fragmented into countless pieces. The sheer exhaustion inherent in maintaining these multiple fragments, these false selves, is utterly unsustainable. Your physical body knows it, your profound soul knows it, and deep down, in the quiet corners of your being, you know it too. Yet, there's something else happening, something almost mystical in its nature. For even as you painstakingly fragment yourself in an effort to fit in, your true frequency is subtly emitting a powerful, unmistakable signal, and there are others out there who possess the rare ability to hear it. This next sign is where Machiavelli's profound work ventures into territory that even modern science still struggles to fully explain, bringing us to perhaps the most mysterious and validating sign of all. You possess the remarkable ability to recognize your own kind instantly. It defies all logic and conventional understanding. You could encounter someone anywhere, at any time, and within mere seconds, an undeniable knowing washes over you. There's an immediate frequency match, a profound soul recognition, an inner feeling that whispers, "Oh, there you are. I've been searching for you my entire life." Machiavelli alluded to this phenomenon as synchronicity, but it transcends that. It's akin to possessing a secret, finely tuned antenna that is only capable of picking up certain, very specific signals. When you encounter another individual operating on your unique wavelength, your entire being lights up with an inexplicable energy. Time seems to warp, masks fall away effortlessly, and you find yourself sharing intimate details you've never revealed to anyone else, while they nod in profound understanding, as if they've been waiting their entire lives to hear precisely what you're saying. These profound connections are undeniably rare. Perhaps you've been fortunate enough to experience one or two in your lifetime, or perhaps you are still actively searching for that singular resonance. But when they do manifest, they validate every single feeling you've ever held within, every unspoken truth you've intuitively known but could never definitively prove. You are not alone, you are not crazy, you are not too much. You are simply rare, and rare by its very nature instinctively recognizes rare. But here lies the potent shadow side. Once you have tasted the profound sweetness of true recognition, every other connection, every other interaction feels like a slow, agonizing starvation. Once you have been genuinely seen, truly understood in your entirety, the feeling of invisibility becomes an unbearable agony. Your unique frequency simply cannot settle for static anymore. This is precisely why you might unconsciously sabotage relationships that demand you dim your brilliant light. It's why you would unequivocally choose solitude over the agonizing pretense of conformity. It's why you find it utterly impossible to go backwards once you've experienced the unparalleled liberation of authentic connection. Your soul has established a new, unwavering set of standards now, and those standards are directly intertwined with something even grander, something that has been burning like a quiet, insistent flame within you since before you could even articulate its name. But this ultimate purpose, it's not what you think. It is infinitely bigger, far stranger, and immeasurably more crucial than anything you've ever been told about finding your path. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the moment. Do it now, because truly understanding this next pivotal sign will irrevocably alter everything about how you perceive your life's trajectory and ultimate meaning. The sixth sign, in its profound simplicity, explains everything. You carry within you a purpose far too immense for a single lifetime. This isn't merely about a career or a set of achievable goals. It is a profound, cosmic purpose. It's something that burns in your very bones, waking you sometimes at 3 a.m. with surges of downloads and insights too vast for your conscious mind to process. It feels less like a conscious choice you made and more like a preordained cosmic assignment, etched into the very fabric of your being. Machiavelli understood this burden. He said individuated people, those who've integrated their shadow and found their true self, carry a specific responsibility. They possess the unique ability to perceive what truly needs healing within the collective consciousness. They profoundly feel what yearns for expression, what demands creation, what desperately needs to be brought into being. Yet, here lies the cruel paradox. The very exquisite sensitivity that allows you to acutely feel and perceive this grand purpose is also precisely what makes it almost impossible to fully fulfill. Because to truly step into and embody what you came here to do, you would have to be entirely, unapologetically yourself. And being entirely yourself in this world, with all its expectations and demands, often feels akin to social suicide. Your inherent purpose is not designed to be comfortable or convenient. It is not measured by conventional standards of success. Instead, it is about serving as a vital bridge between worlds, about daring to articulate what others cannot voice, about healing what others don't even consciously realize is wounded, and about midwifing a new, more awakened way of being into existence. This is precisely why nothing you achieve ever feels truly sufficient, why even your most resounding successes often leave you with an inexplicable sense of emptiness. You are not here merely to succeed in a conventional sense. You are here to transform, to awaken something profound, to usher in a new paradigm of existence. But you cannot possibly accomplish this while perpetually hiding, while continuously dimming your light. And this is precisely where the majority of people become irrevocably stuck. They sense the powerful calling, but they fear the immense cost. They intuitively feel their purpose, but they shrink from its daunting demands. They know, deep down, they are destined for something far greater, yet they settle, tragically, for something safe and comfortable. The pressing question now is, will you? For there is one final, crucial sign, one that will ultimately determine whether you will fulfill this cosmic assignment or spend the remainder of your life consumed by the haunting question of what could have been. The seventh and ultimate sign is, arguably, the most profound. Your greatest wound is, in truth, your greatest gift. Machiavelli's pioneering work revealed that rare personality types frequently carry what he called a sacred wound, a deep, often archaic psychic injury that, paradoxically, becomes the very wellspring of their immense power. Maybe you were the child who felt everything with excruciating depth, the one who saw through family facades, the one who couldn't pretend everything was okay when it wasn't. That hypersensitivity which once made you a target for misunderstanding or ridicule is the very same sensitivity that now allows you to perceive what countless others utterly miss. The profound isolation you endured during your formative years didn't break you. It compelled you to cultivate an inner world so rich and expansive that it became fully capable of sustaining your unique spirit. That inherent inability to simply fit in wasn't a curse. It was a blessing that meticulously preserved your authenticity in a world that relentlessly rewards superficial conformity. Your wound, in essence, taught you to see clearly in the deepest darkness. And now, precisely because of that profound experience, you possess the unparalleled capacity to guide others through their own periods of profound darkness. This is the ultimate alchemical truth that Machiavelli so brilliantly uncovered. What breaks us open is precisely what allows light to pour in. What isolates us from the mainstream is what fundamentally makes us unique and irreplaceable. What wounds us most deeply is ultimately what awakens us to our true potential. However, what most people fail to comprehend is that the integration of this sacred wound is not about healing it away or making it disappear. It is about profoundly honoring it as your most potent teacher, your fiercest initiator, your sacred marking that loudly declares, "I survived what should have utterly destroyed me, and now I am a formidable threat to every lie." This wounder's gift transforms you into a natural healer, not because you are perfect or unscathed, but precisely because you are real, raw, and authentic. Not because you have transcended pain, but because you have courageously alchemized it into profound, hard-won wisdom. So, here we stand, at the undeniable moment of truth. You have recognized these signs, felt the immense relief of finally being profoundly understood, perhaps for the very first time. But recognition alone is not transformation. You can intellectually know you are rare and still choose to spend your entire life pretending to be common, to fit into a mold that was never designed for you. Machiavelli said it best: "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." For rare personality types like yours, this isn't merely a privilege, it is an undeniable cosmic responsibility. Because the world, in its current state, doesn't need another perfectly well-adjusted person. It desperately needs you in all your complicated, intense, undeniably too much glory. The path forward will not be easy. People will inevitably resist the real you. Some will undeniably leave your life. The world will test your unwavering commitment to authenticity in 1,000 unforeseen ways. But something else, something truly miraculous, will also begin to unfold. The right people, your true tribe, will begin to instinctively find you. Work that only you, with your unique gifts, can accomplish will miraculously reveal itself. Your real life, the one patiently waiting beneath all the masks, all the pretenses, will finally, gloriously begin. Your profound sensitivity is not a weakness. It is an unparalleled superpower. Your innate intensity is not too much. It is precisely what is needed in this world. Your inability to fit into conventional boxes is not a flaw. It is your unique and vital contribution to the tapestry of human existence. The ultimate question now is, are you truly ready to own it, fully and unapologetically? If you have resonated with these words, if you've made it this far, understand that you are not here by mere accident. Videos like this don't randomly find people. They find souls who are ready to stop hiding, ready to finally begin living as their authentic, magnificent selves. This is your profound invitation to join a burgeoning tribe of rare souls who steadfastly refuse to dim their light, who consciously choose depth over superficiality, truth over fleeting comfort, and unwavering authenticity over approval. Subscribe to this channel right now, not tomorrow, not later, but in this very moment. Because this transformative journey of understanding your rare nature, your true frequency, is just beginning. Every single week, we delve deeper into the mysteries Machiavelli uncovered, the intricate patterns that shape us, the truth that sets us free. Hit that notification bell too, because when you possess such a rare and unique consciousness, you need consistent, powerful reminders that you're not alone, not crazy, not too much. You need a vibrant community that speaks your language. Now, drop a comment below, just 3 simple words. I am rare. Let it be your silent declaration, your first courageous step into true visibility. Watch how many others respond, how your tribe begins to emerge, because your community is infinitely larger than you currently dare to imagine. And finally, share this video, not with everyone, for many simply won't understand, but share it with that one specific person you know is struggling profoundly with their own intensity, who genuinely believes they are broken because they cannot tolerate the shallow waters of life, who desperately needs to hear, in the depths of their soul, that their profound difference is, in fact, their most extraordinary gift. Because in a world increasingly addicted to carefully constructed facades, your unwavering authenticity isn't merely personal liberation, it is powerful medicine for a dying world. And we, all of us, need you to be exactly who you are in every breathtaking facet of your being. Welcome to your real life. Welcome to your true frequency. Welcome home. Remember, you weren't born to merely fit in. You were born to stand out, to illuminate. And now, you finally know why. See you in the depths.